Welcome. This is Dre Dillard, and welcome to the Hidden Huddle. Yeah, I kind of threw that in there. Let me tell you what the Hidden Huddle is all about first, before I do anything, because I had a lot of y'all watch the teasers, and it's been about a month. So, the Hidden Huddle, I came up with that name because my son started youth football, 11U, went all the way through to D1. He is now a student athlete, early enrolled this past January 2023. In that process, I had a deep feeling where nobody wanted to help me. And when I say help, I mean being a single mom and not a football guru. I didn't even really like football until he started in 11U, you guys. I wanted trainers. I wanted positioning coaches. Even started out wanting the Pee Wee team. Nobody would help me. It's like, okay, he wants this. Your son comes to you and your son says, I want to play this sport. And you don't even know where to start. What do? I start asking people, and I really felt like it was some type of hidden fraternity. So that's when I came up with, hey, look, the Hidden Huddle. That's why I'm here, because I want to help parents like myself, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, aunties, unks, grandma, grandpa. It doesn't matter. Whoever is involved in helping your son get to the next level, I am here to help you. So first, I want to tell you to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and cut the bell notifications on, because I don't want you to miss not one episode. Please do that. Please get active with me. Go ahead and comment. I'm going to get active as well. I'm not going to be one of those podcasters that just has a lot of comments and not be involved. I'm going to be active as well. So once again, Dre Dillard here with the Hidden Huddle. I'm not going to do that every time. I just thought that was cute. All right, you guys. So the first episode, I had it all planned out and had my stuff written down because I'm a very structured person. I have a military background. I was a captain in the Army for about 10 years. I was a military brat, so I lived in organization all of my entire life. So I did this episode the same way, right? But there are a lot of you out there right now feeling like I did back just a few months ago. Let's see, October, November, December, and January, when my son had to report to the University of Texas in Austin. Man, parents, how you feeling right now? No, I mean, really. And this might be a little emotional. How are you feeling right now? Your son is about to leave. You're going to be an empty nester, some of you. Some of you still have kids left at home, but your baby is about to leave. Some in a couple of months. Got a report for summer ball. Some of you in the fall, in August. How you feeling? Look, I'm here to tell you it's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel sad, because that son that you have been spending so much intense time with right now, football just ended a few months ago. And now that room is about to be empty. I went through that, man. I'm telling you. It was one of the hardest things that I had to do in my entire life. And I just told you, I was in the military. I came out of college as a second lieutenant at Norfolk State University in Virginia. And when I went into the military as a second lieutenant, they gave me 2 platoons. Most second lieutenants get 1. I had to have 2. I thought that was going to be the hardest thing in my life. I thought jumping out of airplanes, because I did that too with full gear on, baby. I thought that was hard. But driving my son down to Austin was the hardest thing that I ever did. So I'm about to get a little emotional now because that day, woof. But leading up to that day, y'all, that's what I want to engage with you guys about today. Make sure you got all your stuff in order because you don't want your son, wherever he's going, I don't care if it's 10 miles away, you want him to be ready and not have to worry about anything, because my son enrolled at UT at the age of 16. Yeah, he's the youngest one on the team. And I'm actually the oldest mom, the oldest mom on the team, okay? I'm 60 years old. I'm proud of it. Andre is my only son. Andre Kojo, number 77. Check him out. O-line, left tackle. Class of 2023. Yes, let's go. But you got to get everything in order, you guys. Right now, some of y'all dealing with prom. You dealing with graduation. It costs money. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Some of y'all didn't save up. And you got to ask friends, family, cash apps. I don't care what you have to do. Make sure your son is ready. Because what you don't want to do is get your son down there and he's lost. You be lost. Come watch the Hidden Huddle so I can give you some pointers on what's going on, because I just went through it. I was a very intense football mom starting at 11U. That's when Andre started. Most of those kids, they knew what to do. He didn't know anything really about football, y'all. He had to learn. I'm so proud of my son. I can remember waking up and hearing the whistle blowing. I'm like, what is that? In his room, he was watching YouTube after YouTube after YouTube so that he could learn not only his position, because in youth sport, he was playing both sides. He was learning that game. And in turn, I had to learn. I didn't know anything about football. I'm still learning, y'all. I'm on here and I am talking to you and having engagement with you, but I am not a football guru. But I am here to help any of you parents who feel like they need some guidance. So, getting back on track, y'all, make sure you have everything that your son needs, especially the list. As easy as that may sound, your son moving to that dorm, what is he going to need? What sizes of this? What sizes are the windows? What size is the room? How big is the bed? I know most of you have already taken a visit. I took several visits to UT and I still had issues because I'm very anal when it comes to having things in order. So I'm going to provide a list for those who want it. I've got friends who their sons went to different universities and I have their lists. I am going to provide that to you if you want it. I'm going to link my IG down in the description. And if you want it, all you got to do is first like and subscribe to this page, The Hidden Huddle, Dre Dillard. And then I want you to go over to IG because that's exactly where I'm going to send it to you. But you got to like the Hidden Huddle at Hidden Huddle. And then I need you to go ahead and say, hey, or matter of fact, like it, tag somebody else. Okay. And then I'm going to give you in the comments or your messaging. I'm going to go ahead and give you the whole list of everything that you need from A to Z. I promise you. Now, when you get that list, it's going to be very, very overwhelming. Mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, do what I did. My best friend just had a baby last week. And I saw on Amazon that a lot of people had baby shower registrations. I did the same thing for graduation. Okay? Make a graduation page registry for your son, because that's going to be some hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars, all the stuff that you're going to need. And send that link to your friends and family so they can help with the expenses. Trust me, we got some crazy times right now. Everybody, some of y'all can, but most cannot buy everything on the list that your son needs. Let that not be an issue. Andre's sisters and my sister, when he was doing all the registration and stuff, when we moved in that day, everything was on there. I had everything available. And they took the time and set his room up from A to Z while Andre went and did what he did. Imagine that if he didn't have anything. Now, I'm not trying to down anybody. Maybe you're not able to do that. That's why I'm saying go ahead and take this registry and go ahead and make it now for your son, because you don't want to wait till the last minute, because that can be so intimidating and it can be scary. All right. So like I said, go on to my IG, like it, and do what you got to do so I can send it to you. That's number one. Number two, I can remember driving back home. I was by myself in that truck. Boo-hooing, baby. Snot everywhere. It got to a point, because that's a 3-hour drive. It just got to a point I just let the tears and snot just flow. I was blowing tissue oof, it was bad. Hey, you're going to be the same way, especially you moms. Some of y'all dads too might be doing it. It's okay. That's what I want y'all to feel the emotion. But my son didn't know I was doing all that. He didn't actually know that I did all that crying until last night. He's home for the summer. And I told him he was like, Mama, you did all that. I was like, yeah, you my baby, I gave him a big old hug, because he's big, he's 6'7", 350 pounds. And I just hugged him. I mean, y'all, it's okay to cry. I'm going to keep saying that, because I know a lot of people try to be hard. Like, I was one of those. I was like, I know I'm going to cry, but it ain't going to be all like that. Because I had friends who their kids went to college before Andre, and they were toe up. And I was like, dang, they still crying. Like, what? Baby, it's your turn. And it's okay. It's okay. I remember that time when Andre graduated from Mansfield, Timberview in Arlington, Texas. And he was in the playoffs. And I was driving one night. The moon was out. It was bright too, y'all. And he played at this particular stadium. And the moon was shining on the stadium. And I think Luther Vandross was playing one of them slow songs. Baby, I just started, because I knew that was the last time my baby was going to be in that stadium playing, like the last time, y'all. We talking 11U. Now my baby getting ready to go to D1. It was hard, but it was okay. It got to the point, I think the month of January, y'all, I cried every damn day. Every day. I had to go to work, because I'm a personal trainer, right? And I had to go to work, and, I'm one of them hard ones, And I had to turn it on and turn it off. You talk about anxiety. That was a lot. Let's talk about anxiety. I had it. Yep. I had anxiety right before, I think it was in December, getting ready for Andre's get-together. I invited some of his football players over. They went out and they did what they did and came back, and all the parents were there and stuff, friends and family. And I think it was that week I was feeling really weird, y'all. I was like, girl, something wrong with you. Like, for real? Like, you might need to go to the emergency room. So I went to the emergency room. My blood pressure was sky high. It was high. And I'm glad that I went, because I was like, stroke is in my family. I don't need that. Here my son getting ready to go to college, and his mama stroking out. The hell? So you got to look at your health too, y'all. And that's why I'm talking about this today. Mental health is real. It's real. Anxiety is a part of that. You hear me? So me making the trip to the ER. So imagine that. My son just starting college and I'm stroking out. Baby, please. I was like, Dre, go. Just go. If any of you have had anxiety issues, you know what I'm talking about. And some of you might even know that you might have some anxiety going on. I know a lot of people who have, and there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of people don't want to talk about this, secrets. A lot of people have family secrets, individual secrets. But these days, I feel that it's best to talk about it. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about your business and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, I am a single parent, and people who are close to me know that my anxiety can get high when things are passionate. Now, when I'm at work, that's different. I'm a hard-ass drill sergeant. There ain't no anxiety with that. And not saying that I'm not passionate about work, but it's just different. There's a fine line. I think you know what I'm talking about. So if you're feeling some type of way, y'all, make sure, put some meditation into your life. I do a lot of that. Okay? I talk to God. When I meditate, that's when I listen to God. So incorporate that if you can, if you're feeling a certain way. My son does it too. Let me tell y'all, we've been doing that since he was in high school in 9th grade. Before every game, thank goodness I am self-employed, so I can do things. I can go when I want to go. But before every game, I'd bring him his lunch. We'd be in that truck holding hands, or I'd pick him up, we go home, we hold hands, and we talk to God before every single game. Every single game. When I went down to Austin a couple of weeks ago, I was at the hotel. The day before the spring game, I took a lift, and we did the same thing. It was 11 o'clock at night. I don't care. But if it gets to a point where mama's not there, we're going to FaceTime. Because I think that's very, very important. You might have your rituals in your family. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we do over here. So it might be something you might want to incorporate. It's very important. And bring up the things that are important to you and your family. See, this is the kind of page that I'm bringing to you. We're going to get engaged like this. I'm going to open up to you. Be like, dang, I didn't know she was like that. Maybe I need to do that. Y'all, we need to do that. As a family, let's come together before John, Joe, whoever is getting ready to have their game. Let's come together. All right, number 3. Y'all, this is kind of off topic a tad bit, but it does have something to do with feelings and stuff. This sport is truly competitive. It's not just competitive for your son, but it's also competitive for the parents. And I'm not even talking about where I am at the next level at D1. It's competitive over there during youth football too. Yeah. Like, I was a little intimidated when I first started going to practices and games. Thank goodness, like, I knew the head coach, the athletic director of the team where Andre was, but like, I didn't know the coaches and I didn't know the parents. And mainly at practices, most of the women are there. Okay. The moms, they out there sitting with their Yetis and their chairs watching. And I did the same, but there was a track. I used to work out. I used to lunge and things of that nature because, hey, I work out too, I'm a trainer and I work out too. I'm a professional bodybuilder. So I got to stay in some type of shape. But some of the moms who knew the coaches before and I didn't know them, that's a little intimidating. And I know some of y'all feel that way because I have a lot of y'all. When Andre was even in middle school, the same way. Y'all were asking like, I don't know. I don't, none of the ladies say anything to me. That's okay. It's okay. Because once you start going to games and y'all start winning or losing, there's a camaraderie in the stands. And then there's like a family. Okay. It does get to the point. That competition feeling does get to a point where you are family because we all have one common goal. That's the win. That's to cheer our kids on. Win or lose, when they get ready to walk off the football field. Hey, great job, you know. You want to be there for your son. Now, Andre was in Pee Wee. Win or lose, he was like, don't take any video. Stop. Putting his hand over my camera. Said, stop. If y'all follow me, you've been seeing that for years. He's not that type to be a camera hogger. He doesn't like it. When the game over, he ready to go. So now he's a little bit different now. I was really surprised right after the spring ball a couple of weeks ago. He came right on over to all of us, and that was refreshing, because even in high school he was a little bit like that. But like I said, every kid is different. But at the end of the day, just remember, if you're just starting out, even if you're not, and moms, dads, if you feel a certain way, because it is intimidating. I used to be the first one in the stands, Pee Wee and high school. First one, maybe the second. There's one more. The Voa family. There was like a little, hey, I'm here first. They were here first, but hey, it was a great, great camaraderie. But just feel okay to feel that you're intimidated. It's okay. But don't feel so standoffish that you feel that you can't talk to anyone. Because remember, we're all there together. So that competition thing, your kid's already going through it. Because trust me, it's there in D1 as well. Especially like the parents. It's like, even if your sons are getting ready to try to play the same position, it's competition. And it's going to be that way till they get to the NFL. I'm going to be doing the same thing when Andre go to the NFL. Yeah, he going. Yeah, I manifest stuff over here. Yeah, he's going. But I know it's going to be the same thing. Now, I'll be probably the oldest lady there and to be wives and whatnot. But Mama Dre ain't going nowhere. Period. Okay? So don't feel intimidated, because I know a lot of y'all have been coming towards me and saying, hey, look, I'm feeling a certain way. It's scary. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary to let your child walk out that door. One last thing that I want to talk about, y'all. Andre, like I told you, he when he got to Texas, he was 16. A week later, literally a week later, he turned 17. You know what I did? Yeah, Mama drove down there, took him out to dinner. Yeah, we did. Mm-hmm. Had dinner over the lake. It was beautiful. And drove back home. I did a turnaround trip. Some of y'all don't like your kids going out, things of that nature. Andre's 17. UT is downtown Austin. Yeah, I had to come to grips. My son is going out. Like I said, Andre, the youngest one on the team, but he's still going to go out. That's hard too. Like, I know some parents don't want their kids going out and staying out late at night at home. It was hard even when he was here at high school. But I knew once he committed to college, I had to take the rein off a little bit. You don't want to pull it too tight. And I'm not here to try to tell you how to, raise your children. That's not my lane. I'm talking experiences here. But when you pull a little bit too tight, some kids go buck wild. I remember when I was in high school, I'll never forget this girl's name, Stephanie. And if you're watching this girl, I'm sorry. But girl, your daddy, because I was a military brat. Her daddy was a staff sergeant, and he was not letting her do nothing. At least with me, my parents, they used to say, okay, Andre, you can pick one party to go to, but you're not going out on Friday and Saturday. And I kind of do the same thing with Andre. You pick one. You're not going out every weekend. Now he up at UT. He probably going out every weekend. But, hey, he growing up. But, nah, I know he be playing the game, too. But anyway, Stephanie, when she went to college, she went buck wild. And it's not a secret, and she got pregnant. I mean, she didn't know. She didn't know how to party. She didn't know how to go home and not stay out all night, because she never got to do any of those things. You know what I'm saying? So, parents, because I've talked to some dads, too. Dads, I know y'all feel a certain way, too. But at the end of the day, you got to trust your child. And that's what I had to do. I had to trust Andre. And even though as young as he is, that shit hard. But you got to. Don't call him. You back in the dorm. Don't do that. If you got the GPS, just glance at the GPS and make sure he's there, but don't be calling him and nagging. That's just my opinion. So I'm going to wrap it up. This is exciting for me. Episode number 1. I'm going to try to do this on a weekly basis. Please don't forget to comment and subscribe and share this, please, because I know some of y'all, if not all of y'all, in your circle, I know you know somebody who can use what I'm spitting out. I'm real laid back. I'm going to have guests. Matter of fact, my son, he's probably going to be on the 3rd episode. I want him on here with me so you can see what he's talking about on questions that I ask. So you can kind of, feel a little at ease. So this is Dre Dillard signing out from the Hidden Huddle.